Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General, were you aware of the President's intention to order the withdrawal of our troops from Syria before that was publicly announced?
I was not aware of the specific that announcement. Certainly, we are aware that he has expressed a desire and intent in the past to depart Iraq.
So
or
you
depart Syria.
weren't consulted before that decision was announced?
We were not. I was not consulted.
You mentioned in your testimony that you used the word remnant with regard to ISIS. Can you give us a better number than remnant? What are we talking about here? Senator Cotton mentioned 20 to 30,000 fighters scattered in various places around the world. Is that accurate?
I think that is approximately what the intelligence community has estimated. That is left behind. I think we would generally share with that. That includes people of a variety of different characters, and includes fighters, it includes supporters, it includes facilitators within that. Includes,
how about in Syria and Iraq? What number would you put that?
I think that in general, from what I have seen, that is about the number that I've seen.
20 to 30,000.
Yes, but Senator, I'm sure this is. I think this is probably a low to moderate confidence number.
Is it a low estimate, or I'm sorry, you threw me with that. Do you think it's a higher number?
I think we don't fully know.
You don't have a precise.
We don't have it with any specific accuracy. So it is always going to be a range. The number is always going to be a range.
One of my concerns about the withdrawal, with that many ISIS fighters still in the area, is that they'll just wait us out. The president announces a withdrawal. The saying I've heard is, the Americans have the watches, but we have the time. Are they just going to wait and hunker down for a couple of years or a couple of months and then resuscitate their efforts?
Well,
if you were their military commander, wouldn't that be what you'd do? Say, these guys are leaving, we'll just, bide our time.
Well, certainly, Senator, but our approach here, as I mentioned in my opening comments, is that as we look to withdraw from Syria, we are in a very deliberate planning process for how we will work with the international community, with our partners on the ground, with the rest of the coalition, to ensure that we can keep pressure on this organization to prevent exactly what you are talking about.
I think it's important, and perhaps you can share with the committee in closed session, what the strategy is for maintaining that pressure and how success is defined that will allow us to withdraw. Let me move on. With regard to, again, the withdrawal, Senator Heinrich mentioned the danger to the Kurds. I sincerely hope that in your exit interview with your successor, which will take place very soon, if not already, that you emphasize the importance of protecting the Kurds. If they are slaughtered by the Turks within the reasonable proximity of our leaving, it will be a stain on the honor of this country that will persist, not only in terms of honor, but also in terms of our ability to attract allies to assist us in future projects of this kind. That's my biggest fear about what's going on now, and I believe the Turks are waiting.
Senator, again, I think this is a key task that we are looking at right now, and that is the protection of those who have fought valiantly with us, and ensuring that they remain safe as our diplomats and United Nations and others pursue a political solution here in Syria.
I certainly hope that's of the highest priority. You mentioned Iran and listed a whole series of malign activities in the region. Which would you prefer, the current malign Iran or a malign Iran with nuclear weapons?
Well, certainly, I think an Iran with nuclear weapons poses a more enduring and serious threat to us long term. So our approach to them does need to make sure that we deny all paths for them to get to a nuclear weapon.
Well, unfortunately, we've just abrogated an agreement that did just that, but we can discuss that in another setting. Final question on Afghanistan.
I'm going to go.
I don't understand that we're negotiating unilaterally with the Taliban and not involving the the government of Afghanistan. That I don't understand how that is going to get us to a final result if the government of Afghanistan, if we give away things they're not willing to give away.
Again, Senator, I think the way I would characterize Ambassador Khalilzad's efforts is he's at the beginning of a process here to put together a framework that will allow the Afghans and Taliban to come together at some particular point to conduct some negotiations. All of this is being done with the knowledge of the government of Afghanistan. They understand what he is doing. I can't speak for the exact process itself, since that is Ambassador Khalilzad's, but I do know that he is in frequent consultation with the government of Afghanistan to ensure that they are best informed on the approaches that he is taking to continue to get this framework in place.
Good. I hope that's the case. Thank you. I appreciate it.